If Britain chooses to ring in a new era, the only thing that won't miss a beat is Big Ben. But EU representatives fear the consequences of losing a key member state. Chancellor Merkel is hustling, appealing to Brussels to meet British Prime Minister David Cameron part way with reforms so Britain will remain in the European Union. Some experts say the EU without the UK would be a worst-case scenario for Germany as a trading partner and for balance within the EU. Of course, Great Britain is one of the EU donor countries, and there's a mounting hostility on the part of Germany, the Netherlands, and a few Scandinavian countries, since the rest of the EU states are on the receiving end. That means Germany alone would be what's left of the big countries that donate EU funds if Britain leaves. British politicians like to joke that Cameron sees the German Chancellor more often than his own wife. The British Prime Minister and Merkel have a lot in common, as they both favor EU reforms, greater economic competitiveness, and less bureaucracy. And Merkel is known for managing to avoid confrontation in the face of British concerns about the appointment of Jean-Claude Juncker from Belgium as new EU Commission chief. I feel it's grossly negligent, unacceptable really, that some people say it doesn't matter whether or not Britain agrees, and even whether or not Britain remains in the EU. The Chancellor helped smooth the way forward during the decisive EU summit in February. Cameron needed successes that he could take home to use in the Remain campaign.
I do not love Brussels. I love Britain. And my job, the job of the British Prime Minister, is doing all in my power to protect Britain's interests.
Britain was able to opt out of greater European integration. For example, it can cut benefits for European immigrants. The talks were long. The Chancellor needed a night snack of Belgian fries to keep up her strength. German politicians are hoping the Leave vote fails. They're concerned the EU's political weight in the world would be diminished without the UK. Take the Iran nuclear deal as an example. It's clear that individual European countries aren't being taken seriously, but together we can have an impact, and I think the EU without Britain would be severely compromised. Like the Chancellor, the majority of Germans want Britain to remain in the EU. They want the British Prime Minister in Brussels, too, to debate Europe's future. Brexit would mean a new era for both Britain and the European Union.